Hey,
All right.
Prabhat, thank you so much for joining me today. You've been a good friend and client over the past few months that we've been working together, and I know that I've even come out and visited you a couple times. But what I wanted to ask you was, what has been your experience working with us so far?
Hey, Ethan, I totally extend the same thing. Like I can definitely say you're a good friend, like great partner. Working with you has been like extremely fulfilling, both monetarily as well as like in terms of the chats that we've had. Like we've talked over like a variety of subjects, how things could change with AI, things like that. Like how would people try and make money in the future? Like they'll probably come up with a big idea, sell it off, those kind of things. Like it's all been like exciting things to talk about with you. And yeah, totally, like I said, like the experience is like a fulfilling, enriching. And I totally can say, and I can now feel that I'm in great hands. Like I know, I can essentially feel that you all know what you guys are doing. It all, I can like sum it up with probably just a statement where you come up with a strategy and then you prove it out, right? Like you just come up with a strategy, say this is how I want to do it, and then in a few weeks to kind of few months, you would essentially see that pan out, and then like see money back in your account. Like that's the best testimonial, I guess. Like what else? What else is there? Yeah.
I appreciate that. So what is it that we kind of did for you? Like or something that you're happy with that we worked on together?
Great. I think two things definitely come to mind right away. One's like in terms of how we use some dollars upfront to kind of work on like tax strategies. Like yes, there is kind of some investment out there. That's again like funny enough. Like I would always come to you with a question like, if this is so good to be true, like why would not all of the people do it, and why don't I know about it already? So I think it ties back to the fact that there should be some money lying around for folks to kind of take advantage of these. So yeah, essentially that's how I was able to kind of reassure myself. Yes, this is not a something that some guy somewhere is kind of trying and it may not work out. But I think the way you explained it to me, and that's again the great thing where each of these things, being a techie myself, I'd like to kind of understand what goes around, like how does it work out, like what's happening under the hood. I think I'm into the details, and I think that's where you guys have been extremely knowledgeable. And then you bring in your teams, you know who would be able to kind of help me with the specific thing. So you have a good team, and then like it just works out. Now coming back to like what it is that like worked for us, like for me especially, the past year is has been definitely the tax saving approaches that we've taken. Like what have we done? Like we've taken the LLC approach to kind of do those strategies, and we've seen money back in my account. Like again, like it was heavy amount that I owed to in taxes to coming back like money back in my account. It's like amazing. That's one. And then we've also started to talk about like how in the coming years, like we're going to kind of build a portfolio, like probably take similar strategies, solar credits. These are a few things that we talked about. Like yes, there are things, and then there are also homes, mobile homes, things. So there are a bunch of things that you have up your sleeve. So I'm like excited and like looking forward to what's next.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, so we've already had one successful year where we um we determined you had a very large W-2 tax bill, and not only did we get some of it back, we got a lot of it back, and some of the strategies are even producing cash flow for you, which is phenomenal. And then we've
Yeah.
got some other future tax savings as well. So that's great. 1 year of success already. You've already seen the return in your pocket. I do have a question for
Yes.
you. What allowed you to build that trust with us? Because I know that one thing that a lot of our clients say is they say, "Hey, I've never heard about this. Is it too good to be true?" Maybe you thought about that at the very beginning too, but what was it that overcame that trust with us?
Okay. So couple things, right? Like the timing as to when you reached out, like there was a lot going on for me personally. And then like I know for a fact that I've been sitting on these things, like haven't done much in terms of strategies. So I said, so it came from two main things, I would say. One was from me just saying, hey, okay, I just have to try something. And then I again, like I'll tie back to the fact that it seemed very quickly after a few interactions with you that you knew what you were doing. So I think that gave me a good confidence. And then the other, I think there was also some referrals that you gave, and like I was able to also talk to one person, so was able to kind of gather some feedback from there as well. And I think these two kind of reassured me that yes, this is something I should try and then see how it goes. I would tell you I was nervous when you were kind of saying, yeah, you have to kind of come up with this much amount, like whatnot, like pay up and whatnot. And I did have questions myself. My
Mm-hmm.
wife had like questions like, what are we doing here? Like, is this
Yeah.
like, is this going to come back? Like, are we just throwing money down the gutter? But yeah, yes, there were moments, but yes, like I said, I again, like I had conversations. Anytime I had these questions, I brought them up to you, and you were like extremely like uh extremely, I would say, happy to kind of come back and like answer all of these questions with all details, like bring more team members as necessary. Like they all were knowledgeable, they all knew. Like again, I don't know how many times I said this, and I want to keep repeating it. It's all like the knowledge that your team had, you have. I think that's what I think made me to kind of overcome all those questions in head and then say, yeah, I think we should try this.